that takes us into a final report from Sandy. We've been looking at AI and the way in which government is pushing it as though it must be the defining feature of all communications between people and indeed with government. But we've also looked at the environmental concerns about it. And Sandy, you've got more on that, and particularly Elon Musk's role within this.
Yes, thanks very much, Charles. Yeah, I mean, you, Charles, have done some great work on data centres in the UK, highlighting the hypocrisy of sustainability in both water and energy. And Elon Musk seems to have really upset people in Memphis with air pollution. So Elon Musk's massive xAI data centre is poisoning Memphis. It's burning enough gas to power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls. And residents tell us they can't breathe and they're getting sicker. So if we could have that video clip, please. Thanks, Kenny.
Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain sight, invisible to the naked eye.
What is happening here will swallow our world if we don't stop it right here, right now.
Looking back, there was an early clue that the world's richest man was up to something here.
It's just like, why is Elon Musk coming to Memphis?
The people of Memphis soon found out.
Now Elon Musk is coming to Memphis to build the world's largest supercomputer.
A year later,
we here because we mean business.
People here want answers.
It's the job of the health department to protect our lungs, and not once have they went to xAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls.
I have not seen anything like this. We believe they've already violated the Clean Air Act.
As Musk helps dismantle the very federal agency that's supposed to protect us against pollution like this,
there is no way to miss how this is a coordinated strategy.
Yes, that's quite worrying, really. Apparently, 11 months ago, Elon Musk's xAI opened a large AI data center nicknamed Colossus, and he named it after a 1970s film about a supercomputer that becomes sentient and takes over the world, which is quite interesting. It was housed in a former Electrolux factory in South Memphis to power his chat box, Grok. Now, Musk was late to the AI party with all of this because OpenAI and other chatbox platforms were operating already, and he was in a big hurry to get Grok up and running. And to meet massive energy demands, the company brought in 35 portable methane gas turbines, operating them without proper air quality or Clean Air Act permits. xAI claimed 364-day exemption for temporary generators, but this loophole doesn't apply to these industrial-scale turbines. AIX has become one of Shelby County's largest emitters of smog-producing nitrogen oxides, according to calculations by environmental groups. And aerial images confirmed 33 turbines were active, despite permits being filed only for 15. The facility's emissions are estimated at up to 2,000 tonnes of nitrogen oxides and NOxs annually, far exceeding anything nearby that's regulated. The surrounding community, including historically black neighbourhoods like Boxtown, are already burdened with health problems. Residents report worsened health symptoms and invisible pollution from the site. Environmental and civil rights groups, including the NAACP or CP and the Southern Environmental Law Centre have launched legal action, calling the project a clear case of environmental racism and demanding accountability from both AXI and local authorities. The conflict now puts a spotlight on whether technological advancement can coexist with community well-being, or whether powerful corporations can be held responsible when they sidestep environmental safeguards. One of the residents of Boxtown said he may be a millionaire or a billionaire, but what we need is clean air. And they've had many meetings about this, and they are actually challenging it legally, and I'm pleased they are. Now, what we have to realise is in the UK, every major data centre uses diesel generators for backup power in case of grid failure. And these generators emit nitrogen oxides and contribute to smog and respiratory issues. They have particulate matter, harmful to lungs and cardiovascular health, and carbon monoxide, which is toxic at high concentrations. In areas with many cluster centres like Slough or parts of London, this backup infrastructure can create local air quality risks, especially during blackouts and testing cycles. Now, every open AI chat box question you ask, believe it or not, uses 50 millilitres of water. Now, you imagine the amount of questions that are asked worldwide in a day. And daily uses are enough energy to power 300,000 homes. So is our energy and our health being sacrificed to these centres? And I think without a doubt, they are. I don't know what you guys think about that, but yeah. We are sacrificing our health and our use. We will be rationed because these energy centres are taking all the water and energy. These data centres are taking all the energy and water.
Absolutely does appear to be the case, Sandy, and exactly how the priorities will fall is something that we must continue to scrutinise. And I thank you very much indeed for that. Apologies if that appeared rather glitchy with the technical difficulties have persisted, and Sandy, I'm afraid, was made to look somewhat like an AI rendition for that report. So apologies for that. But that brings us to the end of the programme. So thank you very much to Ben for joining me, also Vanessa and Liz and Sandy by remote link. If you are a member, stay on and join us for Extra. If you're not, please do consider joining and you will have access to Extra. As I say, tonight, the Germ Warfare podcast will be an interview with Stu Peters, and then we've got Phil Turney going out tomorrow at 1 p.m. And otherwise, we will see you for the news programme again on Friday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.